Why, hello everybody, so welcome to another review as Dredd. Today we'll be talking about Judge Dredd in the complete Apocalypse War, including Block Mania, by Wagner, Grant, Esquerra, and McMahon. So I already did a review on this, but I just felt I didn't do the book justice, so I took it down. Now I'm going to do the review again. Now, the Apocalypse War is a compilation novel. The complete Apocalypse War is a compilation novel of all the events of the Apocalypse War in the Judge Dredd comic series, including Block Mania, which was the preceding events that led to the war. Now, the reason why the makers did the Apocalypse War is because they felt that Mega City 1 had gotten too big and convoluted for its own size, so they decided they wanted to reduce it back to almost the size of the original Mega City 1 when Dredd was created. So they did that, of course, with the Apocalypse War, which sees Mega City 1 invaded by another Mega City. And that's basically what the story is about. Now, so let's go in. Now, this book, before I forget, is you can tell that this compilation novel is made for fans of the book, and I got this from online, so like I said, I wrote it on top there, 26th of April 2004. You can tell this was made for fans because in the editor notes they actually give spoilers. So if you know nothing of Apocalypse War, I would at least advise that you read the book first. You finish everything, then you read the editor notes, because they do give spoilers. So let's go into the flaws of the book. There are some Deus Ex Machina moments in there, meaning that the extraordinary events which somehow Dredd manages to get through, the so-called impossible events, in a way, such as getting through a super heavily guarded area and all. But it's just like the reason why Mega City 1 was reduced. You can tell that Wagner and all actually cared for their world. Like the reason what you can tell they gave a damn to at least think of the idea that this Mega City 1 got too convoluted, so they actually took a solution and reduced it. They cared about the world. That's why they did it. Same thing with the Deus Ex Machina moments. Dredd is usually given a reason. Why is it that he was able to get through and all? Now, I admit that the reasons aren't the most solid, but you can tell he's trying. And on top of that, because he explains it, you can see his viewpoint. So it's actually very forgivable. The next thing that I wouldn't call it a flaw, but it might affect some decisions, is the art. The thing for me, Judge Dredd's art is good. It's not great, it's good, and the black and white, I feel, adds a lot to the feel of Judge Dredd. But to some people, the art might just, the thing to me, the art can be great, sometimes, but it's a up and down kind of thing. Like some of the art here, which I happen to just open, is fantastic, really. But the soldiers from the opposing Mega City and all, just looks a bit wonky sometimes. Some of the art and the shape of the ships and all just look a bit wonky. It affected me sometimes, so I just like to point that out if it will be a sticking point for some. So those are the flaws of the book. Now we go into the pros of the book. The pros of the book is one, the book knows what it's about. It's about Judge Dredd, and it keeps him consistent. It keeps that character consistent. It's not like certain comics where the character superhero would do something just because to move the story along. Like, why wouldn't he fly, for example, that kind of thing. So the book keeps Dredd consistent, and you know what you're reading. You read a Judge Dredd comic. The other thing is the outside world. The outside world is usually ignored in some books, but in this war, the people in the war actually act like people. The civilians and everything. Again, there are weird moments here and there, but it's rare and far between. Most of the time, the people act like people. Refugee status and what refugees would do and such like that. So, the people act like people, and this adds to the whole world. It makes it feels real. And the last point is because of the morality of war that Wagner had included into the book. Example. Would you sacrifice 500 million people to save your city that probably is already destroyed? It includes the morality of war. Now, I agree with most of what Judge Dredd did, but I can definitely see, even if you are opposing to war and all, that this could be a good book in reference to wars and your viewpoints on war, in essays and everything. And it's also good to read opposing views if you're against war. So there you go. That's my review on Judge Dredd in the Complete Apocalypse War. A good book, definitely. thank you very much. Till next word.